Alrighty, today we're talking about shipwrecks. Everyone loves shipwrecks. How could you not? It's one of the things that divers around the world can unanimously agree on, which is pretty rare, that are pretty freaking dope. Luckily, here in the state of Hawaii and on the island of Oahu, we have tons of shipwrecks to choose from when we want to go dive them, when conditions permit, of course. But today, one of our most protected shipwrecks is the Sea Tiger Shipwreck, which is honestly my favorite, which is the shipwreck we're going to be going out and visiting today. I guide tours to this wreck year round, but today's a very special one because I have a hometown friend coming out and visiting me right now, and he's a certified diver. He's never done a shipwreck before, and I'm pretty stoked to take him out, and we'll have a good time. Conditions should be pretty cherry today. Not much wind on the surface, even though we do have a little bit of wind coming from the south, which is uncharacteristic for here, but visibility should be good and not much current. So we'll see you guys out there. Stay tuned for the dive. Greetings from voiceover land. I'll be directing us through this morning dive from behind the mic. Chances are, if you're ever diving with me and you have less than 6 people in your party, this is our noble steed right here, the Makai. The perfect 6-pack boat, very spacious, fantastic backside entry and exit points, and amazingly kind captains. Love going out on this boat. Today, as you can see, we got my buddy Kai that I mentioned earlier visiting from out of town, and we got another diver in our party named Rock. There he is. Rock's coming all the way from New York City with his very New York style sense of humor. Anyways, there is the Sea Tiger wreck in all of its Sea Tiger glory. It sits in a seafloor of 135 feet, which we never go down that deep, but we like to hang around the deck of the boat, which rests about 97 to about 100 foot, depending on which side of the boat you're on. This boat is home to tons of marine biodiversity, as you can see, coral kind of engulfing the entirety of the wreck, and also lots of reef fish like to hang around this wreck and feed off of the other smaller fish and microorganisms that come along. One of the other reasons why I really love the Sea Tiger, it is very much still physically and structurally intact. This wreck was an artificial sinking with the purpose of becoming an artificial reef, meaning that everything on this wreck is still very structurally sound and these swim-throughs are very safe and secure. Another reason why this dive is so diver friendly is the fact that we have permanent moorings attached to the bow and the stern of the boat. Meaning if anyone has any ear issues whatsoever, they can grab on that line, not worry about their buoyancy, and the instructor can help resolve their issues going up or going down. We actually had a pretty cool encounter with a skipjack tuna, which commonly we call them aku here in Hawaii, but I don't know if you can see the pixels kind of out in the distance, but yep, there it is. It's cruising right by. Kind of wish I had my spear gun in that moment. Would make for some killer poke. Anyways, let's talk about the history of the wreck itself. The Sea Tiger wreck was actually sank in 1999, but before that has quite the story. In 1994, the Sea Tiger was confiscated by the U.S. Coast Guard for smuggling illegal immigrants over from China in its hull. I know, crazy, right? Anyways, everyone on board was arrested and it was put in the harbor until a private donor came along with hopes of refurbishing it into a offshore fishing vessel. Fishing. I can't talk today. I am so sorry. Anyways, this guy, as soon as he bought it, ran out of money, meaning the boat was sitting there leaking oil and not getting serviced. The city and county of Honolulu saw this and was like, yo, we gotta do something. It's polluting our harbor, causing a problem, making our waters not the crystal clear blue waters that Hawaii is known for. It's gonna hit our image. So they were like, let's go dump this thing 22 miles offshore. Before I do, to continue the story, just gotta stress really here because Kyle will show us. Oh, really important we watch that buoyancy through the swim-throughs, Kai. Yeah, you. Anyways, a company called Voyager Submarines came in and was like, hey, we have this new commercial submarine company. We need something for our submarines to drive around so our customers don't get bored underwater. Can we take this and make a shipwreck so we can show something to our customers? The city and county were like, yeah, but this boat's in awful condition. It'll leak oil everywhere. And Voyager Submarines like, no problem. We'll take care of that. So they ended up buying the boat off the city and county for $1 whole. Crazy, $1 whole. And then spent hundreds of thousands of dollars making sure it was reef safe before they did a controlled sinking here in the marina in 1999. And now it's an artificial reef for all of us divers, turtles, and fishies to enjoy. As you can see, this swim through right here is the one that I wouldn't take people through if their buoyancy wasn't dialed. There's a couple sharp edges. Usually I brief my divers saying if the current or your angle ever puts you in a position where you have to touch the wreck, either use partially covered neoprene to push off or use 1 or 2 fingers to push off. I would much rather my divers have a paper cut on their index finger than a massive gash in their hand. One involves paperwork and one doesn't. As my certified divers know, coming up from 95 feet, we gotta take it nice and slow. A minimum a safety stop at 15 feet for 3 minutes, but sometimes, depending on how long we're down there, I might do a second 2-minute one at 54, or if someone's computer in my group permits it. Through and through, amazing dive, great visibility, couldn't ask for more. Kai, how's your dive?
Oh, me? Dude, amazing.
What did we see?
Dude, I saw the inside of a ship. That was probably the coolest thing, is I got to see a bunch of like eels and fish, and we saw a shark. And again,
Sick.
dude, I've been on a boat and seen less of a ship.
That's a good way to put it. Alrighty, guys, that concludes our first dive vlog on this channel. Subscribe if you guys want to see more dive vlogs. Planning on uploading on here at least once a week going forward of dives I guide here in the South Shore of Oahu and dives that I do abroad. Also, if you guys are ever visiting Oahu or live here on the island and want to go for any scuba diving tours or need of any scuba diving certifications, I would love to take care of that for you guys. You guys can book online at www.lokaiscuba.com or visit my socials below. Subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.